AM 1220 KHTS, your hometown station. Streaming live at hometownstation.com. We're talking, this is the Prima Pediatrics Healthcare Hour with Dr. Feldman. You can find more information, primapediatrics.net, or give them a call, 424-9000. We're talking about picky eaters, some tips for getting your kids to eat their veggies and eat a little bit better. Holiday season's now over, so they can't just eat sweets all day. So we were talking.
Well, they can, but it's not a great idea.
Yeah, not a great idea. Yeah. So what are you said you had a few more tips for getting your kids to eat
vegetables,
some veggies.
Yeah. Now, if you've already gotten into the problem where your kid is already 7 or 8 and they have been refusing vegetables and you haven't fixed it by now because you didn't do the right things, there's still a way to get veggies in. One of which you talked about. You can put your vegetables into a smoothie, a fruit smoothie, and they'll never know the difference.
Yep.
That's number one.
We have done that. I've put spinach into our son's smoothies. So,
into a strawberry smoothie. Strawberries are strong enough, they'll cover the taste of anything.
Yep.
Okay, so that's number one. Or especially strawberry banana, even better.
Even better, yeah.
And another way to do it is to, sauces. Spaghetti sauce is my favorite because most kids love spaghetti and sauce. In which case, then, you grind up a whole load of vegetables, stick it in your sauce, and they never know the difference.
There you go.
There you are. Yeah. There's all kinds of ways to hide vegetables.
Yeah. Okay, so here's another problem. The one problem I found is they drink their calories. So your child drinks a lot of milk and a lot of juice throughout the day, and at mealtime they're not hungry. So how do we fix that problem?
Stop giving them the milk and the juice.
That's what I figured would be it.
Yeah, all right. I mean, the thing is that some kids, if they're drinking more than 32 ounces of milk a day, it's too much.
Oh, okay.
So what you do is you dilute it.
Oh, okay.
And instead of giving them 8-ounce bottles of milk, and they're going to get, say, 5 of them, which is 40 ounces. So what you do is you give them 5 8-ounce bottles, but they only get 32 ounces of milk.
Okay.
So you put the rest in as water. And if you think it's diluting it too much and they won't take it initially, so you put a half an ounce of water and 7.5 ounces of milk. And once they're taking that, then you do an ounce of water and 7 ounces of milk.
Just kind of wean them off.
You just do it real slowly so they don't pick up
So milk and juice are the ones you need to worry about, not
no
water.
No child needs to drink juice, period.
Okay. All right. Well, there you have it. Okay.
Now, they can have up to 8 ounces of juice a day.
Okay.
That's the max. So you should never even start giving them full regular juices, even as babies. What you do is you give them an ounce of juice and 3 ounces of water.
Yeah. Okay.
And so they're drinking water.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So another problem is too much sugar. Your child has a sweet tooth. How do we deal with the sweet tooth? I have a sweet tooth myself.
We all do.
Yeah. Well, you should.
We're biologically destined to have sweet tooths. There's a reason. There's actually a survival mechanism because in order to determine what was poisonous when we were in our old days before we were advanced beings, we had to have that sweet tooth because if it was poisonous, it wasn't going to be sweet.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So basically, the sweet tooth is an evolutionary thing. Now, the truth is that it can be modified. And in order to get rid of the sweet tooth is you do not provide anything sweet for 3 days running.
Good grief. I can't imagine not having a piece of chocolate for 3 days.
Oh, yeah.
I can't myself.
But you can, and you should. So, first of all, you don't give your kid... The first and most basic thing is that there should always be a rule that, with the exception of holidays, there are no sweets or junk foods during the entire week except for one day. Each child can choose one day a week that they're going to have junk food. The rest of the time they have to eat healthy, and that should be the standard in every single household without exception.
Okay.
Which, of course, means that you got to do that, too.
Oh,
Guess what? You're a grown-up. Bite it. You got to do it. So here's the thing. They can choose the day of the week. In our household, when my kids were growing up, my kids almost invariably chose Saturday afternoons because we were a magnet for all the kids in the neighborhood because I kept all kinds of junk food and stuff. I kept it all up in high cupboards where my kids couldn't get at it, but they knew Saturday after. Everybody in the neighborhood knew on Saturday afternoon it was junk food city.
Yeah, coming down. Yeah.
Right. So everybody was at our house on Saturday afternoon. All the kids would be outside in the back playing basketball with in our courtyard and so forth. And so everybody would come up and I'd yell, "Food!" And I would put out a spread of the most outrageous junk you could imagine.
Nice.
And that was their time to pig out.
Yeah.
But you can't take that many calories in at that point. And of course, I almost always had contests who could put together the most outrageous combination, which of course got them going. And so they'd make these mounds of weird sandwiches, or they'd make a sundae with all kinds of stuff on it, so much so that they couldn't eat it afterwards. It was perfect.
They take 2 bites and they're like, "Oh my gosh."
Yeah, I can't have this.
Yeah, exactly.
But but they loved the idea of having it in front of them. And I was fine with that. So basically, they get 1 junk food day a week. Now, the rule was, however, that if you have a birthday party on Sunday and you want to be able to have cake and ice cream at that birthday party, then Saturday you got to toe the line and eat healthy.
Gotcha. Okay.
And or if your team is going out Thursday night after the game for pizza and fries, then that's your night. But you only get 1 a week.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay, so there's some ideas for you. We're going to take a break. I have some more. Problems. We got through one problem, couple problems there. So we'll hear some more tips on how to get your kids to eat healthy. Eat properly. I guess not healthy. I guess properly would be the correct term.
Well, properly usually almost always means healthy.
Oh, okay. Well, then we'll talk more about that. Coming up next, this is the Prima Pediatrics Healthcare Hour on AM 1220 KHTS.